General Evaluator. Please help me welcome Scott Manning to the lecture.
Good evening. We'll have two evaluators coming up. The evaluations will be 2 to 3 minutes. The time on them will be green and red. 2 minutes green, 2 minutes 30 seconds yellow, and 3 minutes be red. Now we will applaud when they come up. In our tradition, we do not applaud when they leave the podium, as in this is their opinion. So we will start with our first evaluator. Evaluating Valerie Walker's speech is Francis, right? Yeah, Francis Walker. Francis Powell.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
I have the extreme privilege of evaluating the 7th speech of Ms. Valerie Walker. You're almost there, achieving your CC. Your goal this evening was to collect information about the topic from numerous sources, carefully support your points and opinions with specific facts, examples, illustrations gathered through research, and you were supposed to speak from 5 to 7 minutes. I believe you hit your objectives, Valerie, by researching the topic. I really like the way you opened up your speech. You came up here and like, she's campaigning. But at the middle, like 2 minutes after you said your introduction, you said it that I am Ms. Shirley Chisholm. So that was very clever opening. Your body, you filled it with her biography. You gave us a lot of information about her, about how she was the first Democratic African-American nominee, although she didn't win, but you were so inspired by her gusto. Definitely no, what's the word of the day? Chicanery over there, of her part. So I really like your speech organization. Your objective was to research your topic, and I would have liked if you would have shared to us where you got your research, either from a book, or you read her biography on a book, or through the internet, because that is valuable information to your audience when you share that information. As this being your 7th speech, I would have liked it if you used less notes. And I noticed that you flashed her picture at the end. I don't know if that was part of it, but what I would recommend next time you do something like this, because I know with biographies, it's hard to memorize all the facts that you gathered about her. So maybe show her picture and tell us all the facts, like the dates and all about her life. So the audience will look at the picture, but will not notice that you're actually like reading your notes at that time. So I think you might have forgotten that to incorporate her picture, because you showed it at the very end of your speech. Other than that, I look forward to your 8th speech. Again, you're getting really close. I also want to encourage you, your 9th, the next one? Oh,
yeah,
you're jumping.
that's what I was going to say.
Okay, you skipped one. Okay, so you're really close. I do encourage Ms. Valerie and also the new members, if you're given 5 to 7 minutes, to really make use of your time. You spoke for 5 minutes and 25 seconds, and you're allowed 7 minutes, so you could have used more time to give us more information. Mr. Master Value.
Thank you. All right, our next evaluator for Michelle Thompson's speech is Jim Hall, right? Yes. Yes, Jim Hall.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. And thank you to all of my Toastmaster friends that are here in the house tonight. on this last Monday night that we'll have when it's this dark and then the light changes and it'll get really dark. So hang with us here. We enjoyed this last night together like it is. And I will tell you that I was really enthralled listening to Michelle's speech. Because the thing about skydiving, admit it, it's something that's within every one of us that if we had the chance to do it and we knew we'd walk away safe, there's the key. If we knew we'd walk away safe, we'd probably try it. We probably would. And so, in looking at her speech, this was her third assignment. So, she's still a newbie here. And so we can't grade her too harshly, that's for sure. Not as much as you would grade somebody like a Tim Ing, who's a pro over here. And so in looking at this, her objectives were that she was to inform us and persuade and entertain and inspire. And definitely I think she hit it on that inspiring thing, because it clicked the button within me saying, yeah, I think I would like that. In looking at it, they asked here, what did you especially like about it? Well, she did not seem nervous. I would have liked for her voice to bounce off the wall a little bit farther. Yes. I thought her subject matter was very interesting. I know I thoroughly enjoyed that. What could she have done differently to really bring that thing home for us? You know me, I love some sort of visual. I'm so ADD or whatever that I got to have something to focus in on. And Michelle, if I could really give this to you, and they had it listed right up at the top here, it says the speaker is to project sincerity and conviction and strive not to use notes. If anything, you were tied to those notes. I know that there was sincerity for your subject matter down in there. We just wanted to connect with it. And I'm telling you that whenever your eyes begin to move around the room and you look into somebody else's eyes, you make that connection. And the sincerity that's here begins to bubble on over, and they grab a hold of that. And I was waiting for that magic moment to happen, but it seemed like he was kind of just holding it in there. And I was wanting that connection so bad. And I think that's going to come with time as you're getting more speeches under your belt. I feel very confident about it because I think you got a neat personality that all of us can connect with. And so with all that, if I just, like I said, if I had to say one thing, just use that sincerity that's bottled up in here and let it connect with us through eye contact and pull away from those notes. Otherwise, I thought it was a capital speech, and I can't wait for number 4 in line here. I'm looking forward to good things. With that said, Brother Scott.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Yes, sir. All right, can we get a minute on the clock for you to vote for the best evaluator? And while we're doing that, I'm going to evaluate the meeting. The meeting started on time, and Jamie did a fantastic job with opening the Horace being out today. I believe this was your first time opening. And as Jamie has always been a fantastic speaker since we've known her since birth. She was a natural to open the meeting. I honestly think she could have done it at 2 years old. With that, there was no chicanery with evaluations or speeches, so everything went perfect. We had a couple agenda changes that were handled pretty smoothly. I know we've had a couple outages tonight, but Sonia did a fantastic job reorganizing the meeting at last minute. I know it's always stressful at the last second to see who's here and who's not going to be here. I've done that. So with that, I'm going to turn this back over to Sonia Ross.